Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the link below. We are going to do a Dollar Tree craft. Every year in my booth, I need fall decor. For some reason, the ladies just clear you out of pumpkins. Now, as cute as these are, they're not that cute. I mean, you can see from this one, I'll get that closer to you guys. It's got some issues here that need to be cleared off. I mean, that clearly has to come off. And let's see, this one has the stem way off center. Usually they're in the middle. And they're just not very cute. I mean, you can see the seams, you can see they're not cute. And I want to make them cute for my booth. So in years past, I've decoupaged the pumpkins, and this year I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to paint them with chalk paint and see how I like them. I don't know if I will, just because the foam has a lot of holes in them. So, I mean, yeah, the paint's gonna soak in. I mean, we know this. It's gonna soak in. I don't have any primer. In the past, I've painted them just the base coat before I decoupage them, and we'll see how this turns out. So if I don't like just the chalk paint on it, then I'm going to probably decoupage these as well. And they always sell really well. So I pick these up for $1. I do a whole day of crafting, and then I usually sell them for about $6. So I mean, it's a good return on my investment and time. It takes very little paint, takes very little paper. It's mostly time that you're wasting, basically. I think what we're gonna start with though is cleaning up these seams. So I'm gonna go find a razor blade and I'm gonna get those neatened up, just because, yeah, that's not cute. That's not cute. You can see. I'm gonna show you that from the side. That's not cute. I got them base coated and I don't know why they're taking forever to dry. Okay, so I went ahead and I painted this one a different orange than the pumpkin normally is. It's called Guadalupe Sunrise from Junk Gypsy in Bungalow 47. And it's actually a more muted orange, and I like it better. So I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna paint that one orange. I'm gonna have one that's a muted tan, and then this one is going to be covered with napkin decoupage. So I want to do 3 different variations on these pumpkins, and this is one of my favorite projects. So I love doing the napkin decoupage, not just because this particular napkin is peonies. So I'm going to cover this pumpkin with the peony design. Now, if you've never done napkin decoupage before, you have to pull. I made a sale on Etsy. We'll have to get that out. You have to pull these pieces apart, which is the most frustrating part of the napkin decoupage. I can speak. I swear I can. Best way to do it is to wrinkle up a corner. So wrinkle up a corner until you see where it's come apart. Can you see that right there? This is easier if you have fingernails, but I don't right now. I cut them off yesterday. Smart. Do it the day before you need them. So then the top sheet comes off. So this is just the printed sheet. You see that? So they print on one very thin sort of vellum sheet, and then the actual napkin is the thicker stuff on the back. But I'm going to pull it apart. And I've done the napkin tutorials before, so I'm not going to get too detailed on this one. So there's just the printed side. And I tore it a little bit, but that's okay. We'll decoupage it down. And then what I do with the extra napkin is this becomes a rag. So just so you know, I'm not wasting it, and it'll end up cleaning up my messes here. So I've got the thin sheet of vellum, and what I'm going to do is, I had a scissors. I put it away. I am going to figure out where I want my pattern to fall on the pumpkin. So I think what I'm gonna do is keep the white piece up here that doesn't have a pattern on the top where the stem's gonna go, and then actually decoupage my flowers in and around it, so you see just giant pink flowers on it. And the thing I like about the napkin decoupage is that it just sort of it melts right in. I don't mind the wrinkles on this particular type of decoupage, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I know some people get really bent out of shape about them. Not me. But you have to base coat the pumpkin because the color that you put it on is going to show through. So I have covered this one in a neutral Chantilly lace, and I can still see some of the orange. Can you see some of the orange? But I think it'll be okay. I think the napkin will cover the rest of it. I hope the napkin's gonna cover the rest of it. If not, we've really done this for no good reason. So I'm gonna cut around my flowers here. I'm gonna cut this flower off. So it's not gonna go around the curves real easy. So you're gonna need to work in manageable pieces. So I'm gonna cut around, take off stuff I don't. Okay, now for this one, I've decided I'm going to use some jute. So I've got some jute rope or string. So they sell this at the Dollar Tree too, and it comes in a pack with a green one, which at first I use these for my tags, and at first I was like, why the green? I don't like the green, but now that I have to do one of these, I'm gonna wrap it in the green jute. So it comes out great. So for $1, you get 2 brown ones like this and 1 green one. So you have plenty to do a couple pumpkins for that for sure. I ran out of that one, and I had this jute for my tags. to put my tags on my stuff that I picked up at a thrift store. So I'm going to use that. But those packages are great because they have the same exact rope, jute rope for $1 for a 2-pack of the brown with a bonus green that's great for the stem. So I'm just going to get to work. And what I'm going to do is I've got E6000. And I'm glad I base coated the pumpkin first because E6000 will eat the foam. So it's very harsh, E6000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a popsicle stick and I'm going to smear the glue on. And then I'm going to use the straight pin to hold my string in place on top and bottom to make sure my first row is straight. So what I did was I measured this one and I'm going to start it in here in one of the grooves. And then I laid it out to go all the way around and meet back up at the top. So like that. And that's going to be my first row. And then I'll work from there. And I'm going to take a row and start at the bottom and move up. And I don't want to get it too thick on the bottom. So I'm only going to make sure there's only one layer, but I wanted a straight line to work out from. Being that it's a circle, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to be cutting like different lengths to fit all the way around this. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. I used these pins to keep that first line in place. And you could actually use any glue that's clear. It dries clear. And I'm saying that because if you're working with kids on a project like this, you don't want to. You could actually even use the decoupage glue to hold this down. I could have used the, maybe I will. E6000 seems a little excessive, huh? Anyway, decoupage glue would hold it down too. But I'm going to use this to keep those in place. And then I'm going to cut strips to do the rest of it. And I'm going to move out from the center and down. And then I'm just going to fill in all the pieces around it. But that's my first row. And I'm going to hold that in place till it's dry with these straight pins. And then I'm probably going to use the pins to keep it off the paper because the glue is probably going to dry right to that. Maybe I will change my approach here and use the Mod Podge. It's gonna go have dinner, but I think I'm just gonna finish this up. What I'm doing now is, because you can see there's like all these little spaces in between that are too narrow for like a full piece, I'm gonna pull apart. So I'm just gonna grab these and just kind of tug at it until it starts to pull apart. And I'm gonna make thinner pieces to just fit in those little crevices. And then some of this glue is still wet, so I'm just gonna tuck it right in there. And trim it where you need to. Well, that went on the floor, so that's gonna stay down there for a minute. That's what's nice about the jute, is you can pull it apart and kind of fill these in. So you don't have little naked spaces, little naked spaces. No naked spaces. And this will get like a decoupage coating, but you can see I've filled that in now with those little braided pieces there. So it's starting to look thicker. Why does that look worse on camera? I think you're seeing the glue that's not dry yet. Over here it's dry. So you can see it looks a little better. I got a little naked spot there, right there. I see you. So that's what I gotta do now, is just go back in and find all those little naked spots. And because the base coat that I painted on here is tan, looks brighter on the camera than it does in person, it's not as noticeable. You're gonna have to look at the camera to see them. It's really weird. I'll let this dry before I start filling in the other spaces, because the wet glue is getting stuck to my fingers and I end up pulling it off. So I don't want to pull any more off. I am gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna take a dinner break and come back and use the little rope pieces that I pulled apart to fill in the rest of it, like here, right there. But I don't want to keep touching it and having the jute pull off on my fingers because of the amount of glue that's on it right now. The reason it's not sitting flat is I've got all the beads down here so that it doesn't glue itself down to the table. So I took all the pearl head straight pins, stuck them in there so that the glue is not sitting on the paper, on the newspaper that I've got protecting my surface. So that's why that looks like it's a little tippy. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna trim it off and figure out what we're gonna do for, oh, that's right, I was gonna do this for, I'm gonna do this for my stem. So I'm gonna have a jute stem as well after dinner. I'm gonna eat first. This took me all bloody day. This is like all day. Holy cow. Well, I painted and decoupaged in between. The decoupage one turned out super cute though. Very cute. I'll show you pictures of the whole thing. Got to figure out what I'm going to do for the stem on that one. And then my one that I painted orange looks really super cute. So it's coming together. It's coming together. And here are the final pumpkins. I think this one turned out to be my favorite. This is my second favorite. And then these two are a strong third tie. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you haven't yet gotten your Junkin Buddy or Happy Junkin t-shirts, and don't forget our brand new You Had Me at Junking and Super Junker, then make sure you click the links below. It supports me, it supports the channel, and I really appreciate everyone who has purchased their shirts already. And don't forget to go to peonylanedesigns.com, get signed up for my newsletter. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching. Happy Junkin'. Bye. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more Junkin videos.